I don't really know why I'm doing this, but I just want to say I usually play Warzone, but then my uncle would see how I play, and then he's like, Randall, you're playing it wrong. You're not all supposed to push at once. There's always got to be a sniper watching your back when you're pushing up. And then he'll tell you when there's an enemy nearby and try and give you covering fire. I played Warface, and then he saw how everything was just chaos. Everyone was running, shooting each other. And he even told me that silencers actually make the bullet weaker. Makes the bullet weaker, but it also makes it silencer. So that's probably why why every time I use silencers in Warface, it makes the bullet weaker. I asked my uncle why he chose to be in the military, and he said because back then he wasn't so rich, and back then they'd be paid 200. Now some of you may say 200 isn't much, but back then 200 was a lot more than can be paid. He only retired due to old age. I think he was even part of the Vietnam War, but he keeps denying it. But then yet again, back when he was drinking with my dad, he was talking about traps in the Vietnam. Maybe he was just trying to hide the fact that he went through hell back in their days. And I can see why. I mean, first I did want to join the military, but my brothers always held me back, saying, you'll never last a week there. So to avoid the bullying, shall I say, I just decided to settle on being a lawyer. I even told my friend Easy the Mouse about it. Or Easy Blade, I don't know. So every time I'd play games, he'd mostly tickle me trying to mess me up. Or just tell me about his days back then. He'd tell me what they do in the military, what they were trained to do, and what they had to go through in boot camp. And I'm pretty surprised he can get past the fact that he even killed someone. Soldiers have to sacrifice many things just for freedom. And I can even thank my uncle for becoming a soldier fighting for the Philippines. Although I never really found out what wars he fought in. He tells me about traps, aka something I'd hear from the Vietnam. Well, he didn't really tell it to me. He was drinking and then he told our friends about it. When he came into this house, at first I didn't know he was a soldier. So then he'd say, Randall, you wanted to become a soldier, right? You gotta eat strong, get better in life, work out. But since my left arm's surgically repaired, it's a lot weaker than it used to be. And doctors said I should be more careful next time. So I don't really work out much. I even once tried to do a pull-up back there, but my left arm started to hurt. You see that thing? I tried to do a pull-up there and it hurt like hell when Doctor said my arm's still recovering until this day. Covering some of the lost strength. I don't really know why anymore, man. My hopes of my arm returning back to normal is low, but now at least I know what my uncle had to go through. He was taught discipline, and they said they even treated him horribly, like he was captured, and they said they tied ropes around his arm meant to maximize the amount of pain he'd go through to ensure that he would think twice about surrendering. And then after that day, my uncle said he knew that he'd think twice about surrendering and would just rather die in battle. Thankfully, he didn't die in battle and managed to retire. I asked him many times if he took part in Vietnam. He says no, but I'm pretty sure he's just trying to hide the fact that things happened back there. And I think he was even left shocked for a couple months, or more maybe.